Bruce Lee died 6 days before Enter the Dragon hit theaters. He never saw his masterpiece become the most influential martial arts film ever made. But here's the twist nobody talks about. He knew he was going to die. The insurance company refused to cover him. Warner Brothers executives called emergency meetings, and Bruce Lee kept a loaded revolver in his dressing room, convinced someone was trying to kill him. Welcome back to Pure Action Films. Enter the Dragon wasn't just a movie. It was a death sentence wrapped in a $70 million phenomenon. And what I'm about to tell you will make you question everything you thought you knew about Bruce Lee's final masterpiece. 20 facts that reveal the dark truth behind the film that changed action cinema forever. Fact number 1. Enter the Dragon was originally titled Blood and Steel. Warner Brothers changed it because focus groups thought it sounded too violent. The irony? The final film contains more bone-breaking brutality than the original script ever imagined. They made it less violent in name, more savage in execution. Fact number 2. Bruce Lee's famous mirror fight sequence was completely improvised. The original script called for a straightforward battle, but Lee walked into the Hall of Mirrors and started experimenting. Director Robert Klaus kept the cameras rolling for 6 straight hours. Every reflection, every angle, every impossible move, pure spontaneous genius. Fact number 3. Jim Kelly, who played Williams, was a real karate champion discovered in a Chicago tournament. He'd never acted before, had no agent, and learned his lines the night before each scene. His natural charisma and authentic fighting skills made him an instant icon. Sometimes the best actors aren't actors at all. Fact number 4. The Island Fortress wasn't built in Hong Kong. It was constructed entirely in Burbank, California. The exotic Asian location was actually a massive soundstage surrounded by painted backdrops. Even the boat sequences were filmed in a studio water tank. Hollywood magic created the perfect Asian mystique without ever leaving America. Fact number 5. Bruce Lee's nunchuck demonstration was so fast that cameras couldn't capture it properly. The film had to be slowed down in post-production to make his movements visible to audiences. What you see on screen is Lee moving at half his actual speed. His real speed was literally too fast for cinema to handle. Fact number 6. John Saxon's character Roper was based on a real person, a martial artist turned government agent who worked undercover in Southeast Asian fighting tournaments. Saxon spent weeks with this unnamed operative to perfect the character's paranoid edge. The fictional spy was hiding a real one. Fact number 7. The Cobra scene nearly killed Bruce Lee twice. First, the snake escaped and disappeared into the studio rafters for 3 days. Then, during filming, it bit Lee's hand. He finished the scene with venom coursing through his system before seeking medical attention. He literally bled for his art. Fact number 8. Enter the Dragon cost $850,000 to make, but earned over $400 million worldwide. It remains one of the most profitable films in cinema history. Yet Bruce Lee never received a percentage of profits. He was paid a flat fee of $15,000. He created a fortune he'd never live to see.
Boards don't hit back.
Fact number 9. The famous boards don't hit back scene was Lee's response to critics who claimed martial arts movies were fake. He insisted on breaking real wood, demanded multiple camera angles, and refused to use trick boards or hidden mechanisms. Every crack, every splinter, authentic destruction to silence the doubters. Fact number 10. Bolo Yeung, who played the massive fighter Bolo, was actually smaller than Bruce Lee. Camera angles, platform shoes, and careful positioning created the illusion of him being a giant. In reality, Lee was taller and outweighed him by 15 pounds. The scariest opponent was the smallest man on set. Fact number 11. The tournament scenes featured real martial artists from around the world, each representing their authentic fighting styles. Lee handpicked every fighter, rejecting dozens of applicants who couldn't meet his impossibly high standards for realistic combat. This wasn't casting, it was recruitment for a private army.
What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content. I said emotional content, not anger.
Fact number 12. Bruce Lee's philosophical speeches weren't scripted. He improvised most of his dialogue about martial arts philosophy, drawing from years of studying ancient texts and developing his Jeet Kune Do system. The writers simply tried to keep up with his insights. The wisdom you hear was flowing directly from his soul. Fact number 13. The wall-kicking sequence required Lee to perform the stunt 17 times. Each attempt left bloody footprints on the concrete wall. By the final take, his feet were so damaged he couldn't walk properly for a week. Perfection demanded sacrifice measured in blood. Fact number 14. Angela Mao, who played Bruce Lee's sister Su Lin, was pregnant during filming. Her fight scenes were carefully choreographed to hide her condition, and she performed every stunt herself, despite being 4 months pregnant. The baby she was carrying would later become a martial arts champion. She was literally fighting for two. Fact number 15. The drug laboratory explosion was so massive it shattered windows in buildings 3 blocks away. The Los Angeles Fire Department responded to emergency calls, thinking a real disaster had occurred. Warner Brothers had to pay for property damage across the entire neighborhood. They didn't just film destruction, they created it. Fact number 16. Han's Mechanical Hand was created by the same special effects artist who designed Darth Vader's helmet. The intricate prosthetic took 4 months to build and required 3 technicians to operate during filming. Each finger moved independently, using a complex system of cables and pulleys. Evil had never been so mechanically precise. Fact number 17. The underground cave sequences were filmed in actual caverns beneath Los Angeles. The production team discovered the caves were inhabited by thousands of bats, which had to be relocated before filming could begin. Some bats refused to leave and can be seen in background shots. They were filming in a real underworld. Fact number 18. Bruce Lee designed his own fighting choreography using mathematical principles. He calculated the precise angles needed for maximum visual impact and mapped out each fight sequence like an engineer designing a bridge. Every movement had scientific justification. He turned violence into applied physics. Fact number 19. Warner Brothers initially wanted to replace Bruce Lee with a white actor for American audiences. Studio executives suggested David Carradine, who would later star in the TV series Kung Fu. Lee threatened to walk away from the project, and the studio eventually backed down. They almost whitewashed their own masterpiece. Fact number 20. The famous 1-inch punch demonstration was performed on a real volunteer who didn't know what to expect. The man, a local stuntman, was sent flying backward into a group of extras and required medical attention. Lee's power was so devastating, it couldn't be safely demonstrated. His gentlest technique was still a weapon of mass destruction. Enter the Dragon launched the entire martial arts movie genre, influenced every action film that followed, and turned Bruce Lee into a global icon. But it also killed him. The stress of perfection, the physical demands, and the pressure of representing an entire culture took everything he had. His greatest triumph became his beautiful destruction. 20 facts that prove Enter the Dragon wasn't just Bruce Lee's masterpiece. It was his sacrifice to cinema history. Every kick, every philosophical insight, every moment of transcendent action was paid for with pieces of his life force. The film that made him immortal also made him mortal. Bruce Lee gave us a movie that changed everything and cost him everything. He transformed martial arts from Eastern mystery into global phenomenon, proved that philosophy and violence could coexist, and showed the world that one man's dedication to perfection could rewrite the rules of what cinema could achieve. If you're hungry for more secrets from the films that demanded everything from the people who made them, subscribe now and prepare for more revelations about movies that transformed their creators as much as their audiences. Enter the Dragon didn't just entertain, it transcended. And sometimes, transcendence requires the ultimate sacrifice. This has been Pure Action Films. Stay legendary.